Hello, my name is Lindy Talbotser, and I'm here today to discuss with you of how the process of food digestion occurs in companion birds. To do that, we will look at the components of the digestive system, which include the beak, the esophagus, the crop, the stomach, the small and large intestine, and the ceca and cloaca. Since 2010, ownership of companion birds have increased by over 30%. They're relatively less expensive than many other pets, and they take up less space. So if you've ever thought about owning a bird yourself, it's a good idea to learn how a bird digests foods so that you can greater understand specific need for your future pet. Let's first begin with the external characteristics of the bird's digestive system, which is the beak. As you can see in this image, many types of birds have many types of beaks. The beak is used for grasping and swallowing the food source. A short, thin beak is going to consume insects. A thick, short, conical beak, or a curvicle and conical beak, is going to be used for cracking and eating seeds. And a straight and narrow beak, consumes a mixed diet of seeds and of insects. After the food source enters through the beak in the mouth, it is going to travel down the esophagus. The esophagus can be larger in diameter if the bird is swallowing seeds to prevent blockage. Once the food source travels down the esophagus, it is then going to enter into the crop, which is the widened area at the end of the esophagus, and it's used as storage for food before it is digested. In the crop, saliva will wet the food to help break it down later on. Once the food leaves the crop, it enters into the stomach, which is composed of two parts, the proventriculus and the ventriculus. The proventriculus is where the majority of the digestion occurs. It's glandular and has hydrochloric acid, which is used to break down foods and proteins. It also secretes mucus, which acts as a lubricant and as a barrier to protect the stomach. Once the food leaves the proventriculus, it is going to enter into the ventriculus, which is also known as the gizzard. The gizzard is strong and muscular, and it is used to grind foods down into smaller particles. This allows for enzymes to break down the pieces later on. After the food has left the gizzard, it enters into the small intestine. There, enzymatic digestion of protein, starch, and fats occur. The small intestine is short and tubular, and food moves it through it very quickly. This can sometimes be an issue because as the food moves down and moves so fast, nutrients are not always completely digested before entering the large intestine. So there, fermentation of fibrous material occurs, and all the nutrients and vitamins and minerals is absorbed through the intestine wall and into the bloodstream. After all the nutrients have been absorbed, the remaining material that is left over enters the cloaca, where the urinary and digestive tract reunite, and then this waste is excreted out through the anus. In conclusion, now that we have examined the components of the digestive system, which are again the beak, the esophagus and crop, the stomach, the small intestine and the large intestine, as well as the ceca and cloaca, you now know how a companion bird digests food. With this in mind, you can make the right choice as to whether a companion bird as a pet is the right decision for you. Good luck in your purchase, and may you find a lifelong friend. Thank you.